Origin and evolution of Earth. In this chapter, we have gone through the different videos related to the origin and evolution of the Earth, and number of theory we have learned through which scientists and scholars try to prove how Earth, universe, and different stars have been originated. Today, in this session, we are going to study about the evolution of Earth. As you know, of all the planets, the Earth is unique in the sense it is only the planet which is inhabited by man and other living creature. In fact, this is only the planet where life can exist. Beside it, it is only the planet where there is an appropriate atmosphere, hydrosphere, and a biosphere exist. But this beautiful earth do not appear all of sudden. This took a very long period of time. At the time when earth originated before 4.6 billion year, in the initial state at that time earth was a barren, rocky and a hot object with a thin atmosphere of hydrogen and helium, and this property of hydrogen and helium Earth received from the Sun. Today, Earth is a beautiful planet with the four realms of lithosphere, hydrosphere, atmosphere, and biosphere. And the Earth is having a layered structure from the outermost end of atmosphere to the center of Earth. The material that exists is not uniform. The atmosphere matter has least density from the surface to deeper earth. The earth's interior has different zones and each zones have different density. There are three layers in which whole earth interior has been divided. This is outermost layer that is called crust, and beneath the crust mantle is in molten state, and the inner and outer core that is in solid form. But the question rises before us how this layer structure of earth develop. The structure of crust, mantle and core, how this develop, and this we have to for this we have to learn the evolution of earth. Earth in its initial stage was a volatile state which used to convert very quickly from one state to another. And in the initial state, as you know, the earth was generally made up of hydrogen and helium, and the density at that time was very less. But due to gradual increase in density, the temperature inside the earth, temperature of this interior increased, which result the material inside started to get separated depending on their density. Means all these layers started separating between crust, mantle, outer core, inner core. Dense material sinks toward the interior. From this earth, from the upper portion, dense material sink toward the center, and lighter material move upward, and they reaches over the surface of earth in the form of crust. And this is only the reason the lighter material are found in the crustal portion and the heavier material are in the inner core. With the passage of time, it cool further and solidify. Then condensation take place, and after the condensation and solidification of earth, this earth turn into a smaller size, which led to the development of crust. And all this happened through the process of differentiation, that the earth forming material got separated into different layers, again crust, mantle and core. From surface to the central portion. This is surface, that is crust, and central portion to the core. These are the divided into different layer. And now we have this layered structure of earth between core, mantle and the crust. And density of all these material is different from each other. The density of crust is lighter, like 3 to 5. As you move toward mantle, the density is 5 to 7, and this core, inner and outer core, contain highest density between 10 to 13. Now, this way our lithosphere develop and give a platform for the development of other realms like hydrosphere and atmosphere. When it's come to the atmosphere, this atmosphere at present composed of 78.8% nitrogen, 20.95% oxygen, and less than 1% other gases. And this atmosphere is layered between the different layers, like lowermost layer is troposphere, then above to the troposphere this is stratosphere, then mesosphere, thermosphere, then topest one is exosphere. And this atmosphere have evolved through a process of time through the three different stages. In the very first stage, in the very beginning, when earth was formed, this earth was brimming with the two main gases, hydrogen and helium. But loss of primordial atmosphere, which was full of two gases, hydrogen and helium, these two gases, due to the solar wind, got stripped off. Means because of the solar wind which were blowing in the solar system in the very beginning when solar system was formed, solar gases and solar winds strip off the gases, hydrogen and helium from the surface of the earth. And this do not happen over the earth, this happen over the other planets as well. With the cooling of earth, gases and water vapor released from the earth's interior. In the beginning, earth's atmosphere largely contained water vapor, nitrogen, carbon dioxide means CO2, methane, ammonia and very little of oxygen. Means in very beginning oxygen was there in our atmosphere, it was present but was in very little amount, and this was not enough to support the life. Then other gases output from the earth's interior by the process of degassing. And then in the second stage started, after the process of degassing, there was a continued volcanic eruption. This contributed water vapor and gases to the atmosphere. Means the amount of water vapor and the gases, different type of gases present in our atmosphere was the result of volcanic eruption. Because of that, the major proportion of water vapor and gas entered in our atmosphere. And then a process of cooling of earth started. As earth cooled, the water vapor released and started getting condensed. In the atmosphere, CO2 got dissolved in rainwater and temperature further decreased which result more condensation and more rain. And this was the period when there was continue large amount of condensation and large amount of precipitation on the earth, and this resulted the large amount of condensation and rainfall resulted cooling of our atmosphere. And about 4.4 billion year ago, 4 billion year before from the today, the rainwater falling onto the surface got collected, and then it collected over the depressions and gave rise to the oceans. About 3.8 billion year before, means after 200 million years after the when the oceans were formed, life began to evolve. Then it was the third stage of the formation of hydrosphere and atmosphere, around 2.5 to 3 billion year before. The process of photosynthesis got evolved. As the photosynthesis, you must understand what is this. The ocean and continued in ocean only for a very long time, means the life only present in the oceans, and it was for a very long time life was present in the oceans only. These oceans contributed formation of oxygen. Then, because ocean which contain the water, that is H2O, or amount of hydrogen in it, this hydrogen and oxygen degas from the oceanic water through the process of photosynthesis, and finally oceans which was saturated with oxygen started to release to the atmosphere from the oceans. So these are the two realms. Hydrosphere and atmosphere started evolving over the lithosphere. Now in next session we will do how the biosphere originated and evolved over the earth surface, and we will learn how life origin in this biosphere. Thank you.